Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes, and today is going to be a very intimate and grounding and powerful day for those of you that are here with us today, and for those of you that come to watch this particular video. I have Master Jesus with me today, and the subject is on mastering the waters. And we're going to get into that because one of the things he's asking me to do is to get really, really still so that he can come through as clearly as it is needed for you to understand the understanding of what the waters are and how to use them rather than feeling overwhelmed by them. And I want to welcome you again. I'm just going to share this out to another page, and I want you to take the time to consider sharing this message with others. It is really our time to understand what mastery really rests upon. Mastering your life, mastering your health, mastering your relationships, mastering what you create. It is very important that you understand what that is and what that means. And again, I, as William, I'm really working hard to keep my energy still as I possibly can so he can come through clearly for us in the manner that he's been presenting it to me today. So I'm going to share this out to a couple of different places, and I would request that you do the same. So he wants me to first communicate right on the outset here that the waters, mastering the waters, is mastering your energy, your emotion. What you feel in any given moment is the foundation on which your existing conditions in your life currently rest upon. Your suffering, your joy, your wealth, your poverty, your joy, your fear, all rest upon your energy, your emotion, what I call the waters. And the waters can be stormy and they can be still. But even if they are stormy or still, you may remain in a position where they serve you instead of overwhelming you. Thank you. And yes, we'll get to that. And so understanding the key to mastering your emotions always begins with awareness. You must become aware and conscious of what you are utilizing, what you are working with as an energy. You must become aware of these things. It is not for others to be responsible for how you feel, nor is it yours to try and get others to be responsible for how you feel. Yours is yours, and theirs is theirs. And when you understand how to manage yours effectively, deliberately, consciously, intentionally, playfully, creatively, you then begin to move over the seas of your life with greater excitement as you intended it to be when you came into this physical realm. But you must understand there are simple ways in which you can begin to take up the oar and paddle yourself through your life, to move yourself across the waters of your life better than you ever have, and better than anybody has ever shown you, for it is all within you to accomplish and do as you need to. You have all within you that you require. And you have heard this statement from many others but to fully understand that it is in your energy, your emotion, where you gain the mastery over this experience of the world. The emotions within you are the endless sea of light and love through which you can traverse in joy or suffering. There is no judgment from the water as to those who are upon it. It does not judge you. If you suffer, it will not judge you. If you are in joy, it will not judge you. It simply yields to how you utilize it, how you interact with it. And my goal in coming through this one today is to simply enable you to become aware of your starting point now, where you may start from on this day to begin to say, these emotions I have are the energy I create my experience with, and that you can only be responsible for your emotional energy. There will be those that will come to you, and if you understand how to use the waters, if you understand this, then you may show others the simple ways of quieting that which is noisy, of stilling the stormy seas within you gently, lovingly, from a perspective where you're no longer subjective to any form of suffering. So I was in the shower when he started communicating with me, and I'm really going to a level of stillness right now to allow his energy to articulate more through me in this moment than at any other time. And I recognize this is not so much about expressing a lot of language or words. It is about allowing a deliberateness of energy, of love, of truth, of joy, of curiosity. Energies that sustain and support and liberate you from your perceived suffering. For what you perceive as suffering is not that which you are, but simply the methodology by which you have learned to use your energy, the spirit within you, which is the endless movement of emotion, which goes through all things, all places, all spaces. And so as you allow yourself to realize, you can turn to your emotions and you can simply say, I gently and lovingly interact with you. I will not attack or deny my fear. I will not avoid or project my frustration or anger. I will be with it lovingly. Can you do this? You will be surprised. For many of you have great power flowing through you, and you are afraid of this power because you do not understand how to utilize it. And utilizing it does not require a great effort, but it does require your willingness to be present observationally with what you are aware of, and not to be caught up in it, to recognize this intense emotion I have, whether it is great love, which is always a delight to express, or great joy, which is always a delight to express, or great anger, which is not always a great joy to express, but one may become the other when you understand that you are the one that directs and organizes the flow of emotional energy through your own consciousness. You, not anyone else, have the exclusive ability in your own body and your own mind to intentionally, lovingly, patiently reorganize the emotional matrix of infinite intelligence as it flows through you. You do not need to solve any problem from the past, but you do need to become aware of how to utilize your emotion in this present. When you heard the stories that I calmed the great seas that were noisy, the great sea is the infinite, limitless power within you, the energy flowing through you that many of you ignore because it is uncomfortable, and many of you ignore because it's so powerful. But once you begin to realize that this energy, this gift from your Creator to create, to manifest, to redesign, to fabricate states of physical being, conditions of environmental expression, is exclusively within your power to change by the nature and quality of your awareness in body. If you allow your body to run, if you allow your body to be fretful or fearful, you are not directing your energy effectively. And you've heard me and many others speak of this process called meditation. And you've heard many of us speak of this process of getting your mind still and quiet so that you can be aware and have choice, because you cannot have choice if your mind is giving you preconceived notions about what you think you should be or do. It is only in the stillness of your own awareness that you begin to have choice. I am aware of this anger. I'm aware of this fear, but that is not who I am. And I will interact with this energy, and I will change it. I will alter it. I will calm it. I will alter its expression through me. And the greater the intensity of the emotion that you have, the greater your creative potential is. But if you misunderstand the distinction between yourself and your emotional energy, you will get confused and mixed up. And you will believe you have no power over that which you actually have great power. He's saying that with a single breath, you may find your God. What do you mean by that? For those of you that are challenged by great emotion, you may, with a simple breath, intently still the waters within you. If you can sense or feel your angst or confusion, simply breathe. Breathe, breathe, and still your body. Breathe and still the waters, the emotion. It has no choice any more than this body has any choice to do other than speak the words I command it to speak through the allowance of this one. The body will do precisely what it is directed to do. And the emotions will remain still and calm because that is who I am. And your mind and your body in this dimension function along the exact same principles as does mine, in or out of form. And you may say to the anger within you, and you may say to the fear within you, be still, for I love you. Be still, for I care. And in these words and in these intentions, you will feel the waters, the waves, the inundation become still and quiet and peaceful. And if you repeat this process and you experience the change in that within you, now you begin to remember who you are, that you are upon the Sea of Galilee, that you can turn to the sea and say, be still and calm. You may do this. And in doing this, the waters of energy become still within your being, and the body becomes still and clear and focused. The waters are your energy, the emotional substance, the limitless gift of endless potential that the all-knowing Creator flows through all, to all, from all. And it says, you may ask and receive The choice is yours. You are free to do this. And what will you do? And how will you be? And this is very exciting when you recognize that yes, once you begin to understand that emotional mastery, that you literally have the power to change emotional energy in a heartbeat. And yes, from my personal perspective of William, I'm still learning this. It's one of the reasons that I'm here to learn and to allow this through, because we are all learning. If we were all emotional masters, this planet would be very different right now. There would be no need for lockdowns. There would be no need for the fear, because fear as an energy creates very different things in time and space, and it allows different things to happen in our experience. When you understand this and you recognize the vibrational nature of love is significantly different in the way in which it will organize the conditions of your body, and very different in the way in which it will organize the conditions in your mind. But you have it as you are to remake your world in whatever fashion you would choose, but you must know that you can choose. Many of you do not, but you must know that you can choose. And when you realize that this stuff, these stormy waters within you, when you realize they are the substance you actually require to create that which you actually desire, that you must learn to work with this substance, as difficult as it might seem, but it is simply something that can be molded and organized according to the nature of your attention. It is not the responsibility of others to organize your emotion for you. It is exclusively your responsibility to organize and put in order the energy of spirit as you allow it to flow through you. And you can never not have it flow through you. It is eternal. It is everywhere present. It is all powerful. And as you learn to regulate the way in which it flows through you, for you are the gatekeeper of what you will allow into this body, what you will allow expressed through it, and therefore what you will create in your experience. And it is important you understand this, and when you recognize this truth, you begin to liberate yourself from the world view of yourself. You begin to exert a creative influence over your energy that only you can do. You may defer this responsibility to others, but if you do, then you are subjective then to the vision of others. But you came here into this world with a unique creative potential. Although you have the same substance flowing through you, your ability to utilize it is different than another. And so you may choose to do this. So just imagine for a moment that you could quiet your mind down right now. That you could literally turn to your mind and say, "Be still. I love you." Imagine having that ability at any place at any time. I'll tell you, it'll make a huge difference in our lives, in all of our lives, in everyone's life. If when we feel fear or anger or guilt or shame rise up in us, and be able to say, "Wait, whoa, no, still down," our behavior would not be so uncontrollable. But nobody can control what you feel. Well, television and radio and others around us can try and make us feel a certain way. And if we accept it, then we will accept the paradigm that's being put upon us. No, he's very clear. It's important that you learn that you are the master of your house. My reason for being so serious and intense today is because this is a time for intensity and clarity. And it is a time to be really serious about what you wish to be and what you wish to do and what you wish to create. For your hand and your foot are not separate from you. And what you feel, what you experience is not separate from you, but you have absolute authority over what you shall think, what you shall feel, and what you shall say, and what you shall do when you understand that you are the source that organizes the nature of the emotional energies which flow through you. Many of you are seeking that which is outside of you when it is already within you, seeking your truths and your answers. And it is very simple, as I have always said, whatever you think and feel, so it shall be. And most of you have not time to think, but are stuck in what you feel, and have not recognized that you are the one that chooses to live in a certain quality of emotion or not. That you can choose to simply stew in your anger or change it, and you can change it. Or your fear. You must know that your limits of self are not exclusive to that form and to that mind, that you are the one that is the director of these things. You came in here to experience your limitless creativity. You came here to experience the delight of limitless potential that flows through you. And many of you found yourself deferring this, looking for feelings that you can create, but looking for them outside of yourself. Wanting to experience joy and trying to find it in your food or in your drink or in entertainment or these things that are outside of you, not knowing full well that your joy is your choice. It is your choice within you and your awareness of being. Your happiness is your choice. Your joy is your choice. Your excitement is your choice. And these emotions that some of you think, I cannot stop, how I feel, I want to stop, and you get lost in this. But you are the awareness of that, and you may still the waters. Be still my anger. Be still my fear. Be still my shame. I calm you. I still you with my intention. And as you allow yourself to become aware of how the water responds to you, they will become still. The sea will calm. You shall declare a thing and it shall be done. I choose to be a vibration of light and love, even in the face of my enemies, my fear, my anger, my guilt, my shame. I choose to be love. And your enemies shall be turned away. And this does not mean that those are outside of you. It means the enemies within you, which precipitate the experience of that which is around you. And so going within and stilling the waters, the sea of life within you. And from this, you may begin to choose to create as you would choose to create. And this is very important. It is the place of true freedom, where you do ask and you do receive deliberately and consciously, where things don't just happen, but they happen because you choose them and you will them and you desire them. There was never any misunderstanding that when I said a body would heal, it would heal for me. There was no misconceptions, for I know that the light in me is the light in you, and it follows the same rules. And if you turn to me and say, heal me, Lord, I will heal you, for you have given to me that which you need, and I will give to you what you have requested. And I always operate this way. And when you ask within yourself, heal me, you will feel it within you. For that which I am, you are also. Can you, for about a moment, turn to that tumultuousness inside, to that uncertainty inside, and still the waters within you, of course. But you must become the stillness and be that in the face of the noise within you. To be still, knowing this storm is going on, saying, I am stillness. This is who I am. And who I am is who I am. And what I am is what becomes around me and within me. And as you remain still, remaining still, lovingly still, gently still, peacefully still, playfully still, you will feel the waters still within you. And it's only in this stillness that you can begin to think and choose reasonably what is right for your expression. But if you sit in the storm as if there is no power within you to change it, then your suffering will be great indeed, although your suffering is just temporary. But you can believe it to be what you will, and it will be what you will it to be. This is important. Okay, so we'll take some questions now. Recognizing this is so important. One of the reasons they downloaded one of the reasons why we do the courses and classes that we do is Master Jesus, Buddha, Lao Tzu, many others come through learning to master your mind and your body so that you are not subjective to them. And we all go through that learning. There's not one person on this planet that is exempt from this learning process. You wouldn't be here if you already knew it. It's one of the reasons why Master Jesus is not in the flesh the same way we are. Because he's mastered this level. He knows, he can think, he can literally think there's something to happen, and it will happen instantaneously. They know this. The ascended ones, the divine collectives, they know, they think it is done. And we are just here to learn that process. We are in public school, if you want to call it that. And it's so important. Let's see if I can read these questions here. Just a moment. Bathroom, I believe. Thank you, darling. Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to close this up and bring questions. Thank you so much. His energy, Master Jesus' energy is so hot for me. And I mean that energetically. I actually feel, he's hot because of who he is anyway. But from the perspective of actual physical energy, I've got all this heat going through my body right now. And yes, here we go. Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon for some of you. That's right. Yes. Sunny is asking a question. I saw Master Jesus and Mother Mary during a healing for a client. Can I ask, was that really him? I have doubts about relying on healing as abundance. Any advice, please? Thank you. He's smiling. He's saying, if you have listened and understood what it is I have said today, then there is no question, but it has been answered. It has been answered for you. As you gain the understanding from the application of what it is I have said, then you will find the liberation that you seek is already at hand. The kingdom of God is at hand. It is here and now. It is right now, in any moment. Thank you. Question from Michelle. Beyond today's very applicable message, is there any advice for me regarding my current job? I've been there 1 year and often wonder if I should stay. He's laughing. He's saying, you must erase the doubt from your mind, for you will always remain uncertain if you should do something or not do something. The doubt then is yours. It is not because of the job. It is not because of the people around you. But if you are certain that there's something better you wish to do, then you are only facing your own uncertainty because you wish to choose something else. So any uncertainty you have is yours. I would simply ask you, what is it you are thinking that you wish to do that's other than what you are doing? Consider what else you wish to do, for this is where your uncertainty emerges. You are initiating a different creative process. You're initiating another creation in a creation, and you feel, oh, I'm not certain, because you are creating an idea that something else might be better for you. And so naturally, your energy begins to move in that creative process. Ask and you shall receive. And if you desire another thing, then the spirit within you will move that for you as well. It will move in that direction. But if you choose to be where you are in great joy and happiness, then you will be in great joy and happiness there. You will find great opportunity. And you might even find change will happen more from your joy. That which you wish to go to will come from what you are feeling inside. You will experience uncertainty if you are uncertain. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot want this one thing and think there's something else for you, then you'll have two things to choose from. And so you find yourself in confusion and uncertainty. But if you go deliciously into the fullness of your joy of being now, then the joy of your being will orchestrate the changes that represent it in your world. Thank you. Great question, Michelle. Thank you. You're welcome, Johnny. Question for Habida. Yes, message. It is not much more than this that you require, is it? It is not much more than this you require. If you understand truly what I have said, then you are already realizing that which you have been seeking to eliminate or ameliorate, your uncertainties, will change instantly. If you restore the calm, the peace, the joy within, and you remain in that, then that which is within will become that which is without, which it is now. For many of you, that which is without is within. And sometimes that which is without becomes within. You may surrender your will, your choice, your creation to others. As others who came to me for healing, when they said, heal me, they surrendered to my energy. And I could give them healing and wholeness and freedom, for they opened to it from who I am. And you may do this with a neighbor or a friend or a teacher or a parent. You may open to the ideas of others, and you will receive from them what they offer you. But if what they offer you is displeasing, why would you receive it? Why would you receive in your house anything that displeases you? Why would you receive fear when you seek love? Why would you give that? Why would you put that in your house? Thank you. Hi, Caitlin. Question from Caitlin. What is the purpose of my current relationship breakup? Thank you. I would simply say to you these words, that the freedom you have desired is yours to have. But if now that you have received that which you have asked for, and you say, oh my goodness, I do not wish to receive what I have asked for, then you will be uncertain. But if you are clear about what you have asked for, then you would fear no change. If you know I have asked for my love, then you will receive your love when you feel this is what I have asked for, and I delight, for it is coming. Then change would not be fearful to you, but delightful to you. You would fear no change. And so the purpose is your own creation. And simply, what are you creating, dear one? What are you asking for? And what are you receiving? If you are asking for love, you will not receive suffering. But you may be in suffering and be asking for love, and the suffering will end, and the love will appear. But if you desire your suffering greater than you desire your love, then you will wish to cling to your suffering and ignore your love, even if it comes in the door to present itself to you. If you have asked for love, then love you will receive. If you feel for love, then love will be your dessert. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Caitlin. Question from ZB. Often when I meditate, I see vibrant red and purple. Does he have any notion what this is. What you speak of are the various degrees of qualities of energy in their primal forms before you would utilize them in matter. And each form of color represents a different degree or intensity of how this energy will affect your world, your mind. You may utilize specific energies if they are pleasing to you. Some of you will feel them directly as joy. Some of you will perceive them as colors that delight you. So you may see this red and this purple, and one may make you feel powerful, and the other may make you feel joyful. The other may make you feel free. And so you align to the energies that you may utilize in your creative process. So I would encourage you in the experience of these things, which is pleasing to you, and give it attention. And then observe as you give more attention to that energy which is pleasing to you. Be mindful of what begins to appear around you, for you will be asking in a different way than in words or ideas. Wonderful. Yes, he's laughing at it. Many of you were asking, he's saying, many of you were asking questions of me that I have already answered. If you have done as I have suggested, you will be feeling a level of certainty within yourself. You'll begin to feel a level of certainty within yourself, to know that you are the one that walks upon the waters, that you can still the sea within inside you. The waters of which I speak are what you call emotion. And it is what you create conditions in your world with. It is what you generate actions with in this world. And your language for these things are different than the language when I initially taught many thousands of years ago, and many thousands of years ago before that. And so I say to you in the language you would understand, these words that you would understand. Wow, thank you. Oh, thank you for that donation, Drusilla. I really appreciate it. Wow. Hang on, I got to drink some water here. This energy is really hot. Thank you. Yes, we are at such an amazing time. He's saying to me, we're always at an amazing time when you begin to recognize your creative power, when you realize that God, the power of God, is the flow of emotional energy through you. The energy of source is our emotions. The energy of emotion is the source of the Creator moving through you, that you get to reorganize into joy or suffering. I'm going to paraphrase a bit about what he said. We can let our emotions be directed by other people, other beings. We can talk to our guardian angels, and I'll tell you, talking to your divine angels, the ascended masters, the ones that are illumined and understand how to work with energy, that truly understand it, is far more beneficial than listening to your television or your radio or some politician. Learning to get to a place where you are deliberately, intentionally saying, oh, I'm aware of this emotion, that person is stimulated, I can change this emotion from anger, I can change it into joy. And this is a powerful lesson because there are so many triggers in the world around us right now to keep us in fear. But there are also triggers around us that can keep us in joy and love. And most people are caught up in the triggers of fear right now. And yet the trigger is not the fear is within you. And when you learn to organize that energy, reorganize it, restructure it from fear to joy, to love, and you can literally interact with your fear differently to change it. And in our courses and classes, which start February 13th, I highly encourage you to come out and join these courses. They will change your life. You will be communicating with ascended beings. You're going to learn how to tap into them. You learn how to operate and organize it and restructure your own emotional spirit so that it starts to work for you, instead of you having to depend on some drink or some person or something out there to make you feel a certain way. When you have the power of God within you to say, I will choose to be love. I will choose to radiate and emanate joy. I choose to know what creative things I can do that give me greater joy, and start to create from the inside out. The kingdom of God is within you. Come and learn with us. Come and learn with us. Your body is an instrument that you use energy through, right? And most people are not running their bodies are running them. Most people aren't running their minds are running them. Most people aren't running their emotions are running them, or the world is running them. And yet, you still, no matter how bad you think your life might be or how much you're struggling, you have this incredible power within you to change your life really quickly and easily. Don't waste a precious moment of your life thinking you're less than what you are. You are a divine being with the same potential and power as any ascended being within you. Every one of us has that within him. Your heart, when Master Jesus was in form, his heart beats with the same power that your heart beats. And he's always maintained with me, I am never better than any, I am never less than any, but I am all that is and all that ever will be. And that's a beautiful statement. So I encourage you, open your mind to liberating yourself from your suffering, because your suffering, you can do it in an instant. What he said earlier about literally your emotions are literally the ocean of an infinite power flowing through you. It's literally the infinite power flowing through you. And you can change the way it flows through you. You know how they, on our big lakes, they create dams and they create levees and stuff to coordinate and organize the flow of water? Well, your awareness is that. You as an awareness are the levee. You are the one that can control and regulate the flow of energy through you. You can change the flow of anger into the flow of love. You can change the flow of anxiety into a flow of joy. You can literally learn to change emotional energy from one state into another. Master Jesus was one of the, Master Buddha, Lao Tzu, Zarathustra, Joan of Arc. There were many masters in time. And nowadays, you got beings like Eckhart Tolle that have mastered emotion. Tony Robbins, the list goes on, Louise Hay, many beings that have demonstrated that you can take an energy called fear or guilt or suffering or disease and change the energy of it from one state to another. Learn to do this. It's in you. You are no less than any of us. You came here to be free, not to be enslaved. Wow, thank you so much. Question from Tanya. Pardon me, this is from SJK. I never feel truly happy because my mother has always been severely mentally ill. She never had the chance to develop normally because of circumstances she was born into. But she still, he says she still has the choice to cling to her suffering. She still has the choice to think that her suffering is beyond her ability to change it, that those events and those people and those circumstances are responsible for her suffering. But she has closed the door then to being responsible and free, for they have control over it. And you, dear one, to think that your suffering is because of your mother are equally as delinquent as is she. For she does not incline you to feel as you do. You choose this. And if you choose to say that your mother's suffering causes your suffering, then your mother, who can never end her suffering until she chooses to do so, will continue to have you suffering, and you will choose that because you believe she is responsible for your suffering. But none but you can say, I choose to liberate myself from my pain. I choose to be in a state of love and grace. I choose to radiate that to my mother. I will not let my anger and my fear control me. I will control it. I will direct it lovingly. I will move myself whenever I feel this darkness coming. I will move myself into the light of joy, and I will give that light to my suffering, and my suffering will be ameliorated. Do this. Turn to your irritation, your frustration, and communicate, it is time I give love to you. It is time I give joy to you. I choose not to give you my fear anymore. I give you my love. You will feel it change within you. Yeah. And a lot of people have been conditioned to think money, some politician, some group, some organization is going to liberate them from their suffering. Got news for you, folks. And they keep telling me, nobody can eliminate your suffering for you but you, but there's a way to do it. There are people that are good people that you can turn to that can guide you in different ways of thinking and feeling and acting that can help you change you. But even those that show you can only show you. You must walk down that path. You must choose to say to your anger, it's okay, I love you. I will not let you express like this, and I love you. And you will feel your anger change. If you're in fear and you turn to your fear and you say, I love you, I will take care of you, you will feel your fear change. But none beyond you, unless they are good for you, can change you. Yeah, he's saying it's like the healing. When people came to him and said, heal me, Lord, heal me, Master, they opened up. They lived. It was a form of, you can say it was a form of what we call hypnosis today, where people would open up and he could say to their subconscious mind, you are whole and perfect and beautiful and complete in all ways. And Jesus knows when he thinks a thought, when he feels a certain way, it changes others. And the relationship that he has with you, you also have with yourself. It's important to understand that. So they received healing because they were not resistant to it. And when he said, go forth and sin no more, he's literally mean, don't think, don't act, don't focus that way again. And if they didn't, they wouldn't experience that state. It's like if I said to you, stop eating processed sugars. They put so much acid in your body, they create lots of disease. And you keep and you say, oh, that's a wonderful idea, it's true. And you go out and start eating processed sugars, you're going to create the same problem. If I'm always angry at people and I think these thoughts, well, stop thinking those thoughts. And if you choose to keep thinking those thoughts, nothing will change. You can go to a seminar and get that feel-good feeling, but if you don't do the work and think the thoughts and interact with your emotional energy from it, you'll keep experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. Thank you. Yes, I understand. Heidi. Heidi, he's saying to ascend your light. What do you mean? To move to the top of the temple. He's saying move to the temple, the top of the temple. It's literally a point, you would call it the pineal gland, and feel the light that comes into you. Mm-hmm. So when you're meditating, get your body quiet, get your mind quiet, move your awareness. He's calling it the temple, I call it the pineal gland. Into the pineal gland and feel, he's saying, feel the light. For her, it will be in her breath that she will become more aware of it. In your breath, when you breathe in your breath, when you're in this place of the temple, and you breathe in your breath, at the height of your breath, feel the light. At the height of your breath, feel the light come into the temple. Interesting. Let us know what that results in for you, Heidi. Thank you so much. Wow. Wonderful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been really amazing. I'm grateful, Master Jesus. Thank you. He's not usually this forceful when he comes through. He's but its clarity is wonderful, and the forcefulness is necessary. It really is. Learning to master the waters. The waters he's referring to is your emotional energy, which is the spirit, the stuff of life, source energy moving through us. The thing that people are hating, they hate their anger. They don't want to be afraid. They're actually terrified of their own power, but they don't know how to use it. It's like you're given a Ferrari, but you don't know how to drive the vehicle. Literally, your anger, your fear is energy. Emotion is energy in motion. It can't be created. It can't be destroyed. It can be changed from one state to another. You can change your anger to joy. You literally can learn to do this. Our Mediumship 102 program specifically focuses on training people how to work with your emotional energy. Don't waste time trying to figure out if you don't have the information yourself. come and learn. Come and expand your awareness and your experience with altering your emotional energy simply and easily. Life is too short in this physical body. Life is too short from a physical perspective to not learn what you naturally are capable of doing. Right? Go over here. Thank you very much. I don't know. My system is talking to me in a very funny way. So where are we here? Okay. Guys and girls. Yeah, so thank you so much. Your questions, your answers, your responses. And thank you, Master Jesus. I really appreciate this. I know I will. You must understand your emotions are the literal energy of spirit. It's the flow of life that comes through you that you get to use to create what you do. Every action of your body is an effect of the way you allow emotional energy to flow through you, or the way you allow emotional energy to be directed by others. And this ascension process is literally about taking absolute total authority over infinite power that we have access to, every one of us. We're literally ascending beyond subjectivity to the body, beyond subjectivity to thought, to the place where we direct the very nature, the very essence of life through matter into a creative expression. We can literally, and we are literally, raising this earth to a new dimensional frequency. And those of us that are stuck in fear are raising the earth, putting the earth into a frequency that is not elevated. And we have to master this. Thank you again, everybody. If you want to know more about these courses and classes, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. All of the links, all the information, ways of supporting this work and these messages are in the description box of this video or any of my videos on my YouTube channel. But williammichaelforbes.com. If you want to support this work on a regular basis, please go to patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. Also, one of the things that we do, we donate a percentage of everything comes into a group called the Underground Railroad, which helps facilitate and protect and rescue children from the sex slave trade all over the world. And you can go to their website, the Underground Railroad. These guys and girls and women and men are doing amazing things rescuing children. So please, this is very close to my heart because I've been I went through a process of extreme abuse between ages 7 and 13. And so I got a real place in my personal heart to support the people that are out there on the front lines going into these places where these children are literally chained up or used as sexual playthings. It's horrible, but we like to support that process. We've been supporting it now for a year. So your work, your donations will help in that respect too, to support liberating all these children. You know, there's 7 million people that are unaccounted for on this planet. 7 million missing people. And they deserve to know that they're not forgotten, that they're not lost. I know what that feels like, to believe that there's nobody there to help you. So please support this work in whatever way you can. If you can't, just go to Underground Railroad and donate to them as well, please. And much love to you. And thank you for your time, your patience, your focus, your attention, because that's the most important gift that any of us has to give, is our love, our light, our energy to other people. So again, thank you to my moderators. Great job, guys. Really appreciate it. And thank you for everyone that showed up today. Remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so whenever I go live, you'll get a notification that I've gone live. And because we do this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we'll see some of you tomorrow on Supernatural Saturday, where we literally are going to do a meditation on grabbing a hold of certain emotional energy and changing it, actually experiencing the transformative ability you naturally have to change emotion. So you can bring your anger, you can bring your guilt, your fear, your shame, you can bring your love, your light, bring whatever emotion you want to tomorrow's meditation, and you're going to learn how to transform it. And while we do this in a far more intensive setting in our courses and classes, I've been instructed repeatedly that we are doing these Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday events specifically because it's essential this information be made available to everybody, because there's lots of people that believe they can't pay for a course, they don't have enough money. So this is one of our ways of reaching all of you too. So much love, everybody. Have yourselves a joy-filled and wonder state. Bye for now. Wow, I love Master Jesus. He's great.